this is a breaking news. This is breaking news for any prophecy watcher. Breaking news. I believe that this week that the Antichrist may have revealed himself. And now we need to talk about what does the word Antichrist mean, because in fact the Bible talks about how there are many Antichrists. There are many. Anyone that is against Jesus, the Bible, Christians, they are obviously Antichrist. But I think that one of the great Antichrist figures, let's put it that way, because there are several of them in the book of Revelation, has revealed himself this week on September 23rd. This is the first time that Mohammed bin Salman has done a full interview in the English language on a major Western media channel. So Fox News aired this. I watched it in its entirety, and I want to comment minute by minute about how important this is and how it relates to which scripture. So I want you to hear it first. I know that some of you have watched my viral video about the visions of the tribulation, and you heard that Brandon did not want to say who he saw. Let's describe what he saw, okay? Because when we extrapolate, then we're adding meaning. What he saw was that when the world goes into chaos after the rapture of the saints, even the leaders of the world don't know what to do. They are clueless and they're looking for help. And a particular meeting occurs in Berlin, Germany. And a Middle Eastern man, good-looking, young, well-spoken, is in this meeting, and all the Western leaders are looking to him for answers. And he brings this calm, he brings this assurance to them. And I want you to see the person that Brandon did not mention, but I thought I knew who he was. I've confirmed it with Brandon. He saw Mohammed bin Salman. As far as we know, obviously, you know, Middle Eastern people in a vision, possibly could be him or a relative. And I am not calling him the Antichrist, but I'm calling him a major figure in the book of Revelation. And I want to show you where that is. So let's start with the interview. I'm going to go blow by blow, just show you, hear it for yourself. And you can see that it's very unusual because Bret Baier from Fox News doesn't usually do this. He covers a lot of domestic news. He's going to give the full hour. This is like free advertising for Mohammed bin Salman.
This is the island of Sindala, the first project in Neom, your Vision 2030. It is spectacular. It is really beautiful. You know, a lot of people have described you as a visionary leader. I talked to a number of your citizens, and that's how they describe you. And you didn't even plant them. That's really how they talk about you. And world leaders are saying the same thing. You've had this transformational change, every aspect of the kingdom, economic, social, cultural, religious. Can you give us some specific examples of what your goals are and how you think all of this is going?
Well, simply, we have in the past few issues in Saudi Arabia and a lot of opportunities that we didn't use. We're trying to capture that and to go forward for a better Saudi Arabia. And that's what we're trying to do.
And it's a big vision.
It is a big vision, and we get like surprised every day that we reach our target faster, and we extend that to a newer target and a bigger ambition. So it's really exciting.
Your ministers say you work them hard.
Well, you can see in 2022 we are the fastest G20 country growing, and also in this year, if you take just the non-oil GDP part, we are the second fastest in the G20 growing. So it's like a fight between Saudi Arabia and India, a good fight.
Bret Baier gives a glowing compliment to this Mohammed bin Salman, who's the crown prince. That means that he's not yet the leader of Saudi Arabia, but he's considered the de facto leader because his father is very aged, over 80 years old, not in great health. And he's been running the biggest construction project in the world the sun has, and it's called the Project Neom. It's where we go when we go to Saudi Arabia and show you where the Israelites left Egypt and came into the land of Midian. Moses lived there. Moses went up Mount Sinai and got the 10 Commandments there. That's where Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS as he's known, you know, in short, MBS is focused on. But Bret Baier gives this glowing introduction that he is a visionary, that he is someone that the world leaders look to. This really puts us in a path towards Revelation 17:18. There has to be somebody that the whole world looks to that's going to be in a very opulent society. And the economy is going to be churning over there. And the whole world is going to be trading and trafficking over there. And it looks very much like Saudi Arabia. So we're going to say right now, without a long teaching, that you need to consider that whatever you heard before about Mystery Babylon, it stayed a mystery because it wasn't revealed until really this week. This is the first time we are hearing advertisement about MBS and about Neom on international TV fully in English. This is the first time. This, you could say, is the unveiling or the revealing of maybe not the Antichrist, but it could be. So you need to watch, you need to see, all right? And he himself would not think of himself as an Antichrist. I think that the Antichrist wouldn't know that. It's just like many times when you as a Christian are serving God, you don't know that you're being used of God. You don't know what your destiny is going to be in the ultimate end. You're just following God step by step. But ultimately, wow, well, you could be, you know, one of the great evangelists, one of the great apostles and missionaries. So everybody is kind of in that personal space when they're following whoever they're following. I don't think he knows where the ultimate ending of this is. I don't think he read Revelation 17 and 18. So in many ways, all that he's going to describe is going to be really attractive, really good. And what else would the Antichrist offer? It's going to be something that everybody can celebrate. So this is a big construction project. It's completely dedicated to the green climate change global religion. And Brett Baer's eating it up, and he's presenting this to America, because one thing I know about Americans is most Americans are afraid of Saudi Arabia. When I say come to Saudi Arabia, let's take an expedition over there and discover the biblical history, people are like, oh no, I'm afraid of it. And I tell you, Saudi Arabia is safer than downtown Dallas at night. You wouldn't know that, but MBS has done a lot to clean up the place, and this is going to be free advertisement about what he's done so that people are more and more attracted to Saudi Arabia and begin to go there and invest in it. That has to be the trajectory if we're going to go to Revelation 17 and 18, right? Let him speak for himself. I got a lot of comments on this because this is major prophetic breakthrough.